In 1971, Soviet geologists accidentally collapsed a drilling site in Turkmenistan into a gas pocket. To stop methane from spreading, they set it on fire, expecting it to burn out in weeks. Instead, the crater has been burning non-stop for over 50 years. Locals call it the door to hell. In 2019, scientists exploring the Guangxi region uncovered 19 giant sinkholes, gateways into a hidden world beneath southern China. Then in 2022, cavers descended into one of them and found something no one expected. A prehistoric forest growing hundreds of meters underground. Trees stretched nearly 130 feet high, untouched by sunlight, nourished by mist and filtered rainwater. Beneath the forest runs a network of underground rivers and caverns so vast it forms its own microclimate, with fog, humidity, and life preserved for tens of thousands of years. Nearby, the Air Wangdong cave system hides Cloud Ladder Hall, a natural chamber so enormous it could swallow a skyscraper and still have room to spare. In Minnesota, there's a waterfall that breaks the laws of nature. Half the river flows over the rocks like normal, but the other half vanishes straight into a hole called the Devil's Kettle. For decades, scientists dropped dye, ping-pong balls, even logs, and nothing ever came out downstream. Only in 2017 did tests suggest the water reconnects underground, but how and where is still a mystery. Typhoons are nature's most powerful storms. But how do they actually form? It all starts when warm ocean water, at least 26 degrees Celsius, 79 degrees Fahrenheit, heats the air above it. The air rises, creating a vacuum that pulls in more moist air. As this cycle continues, the system begins to spin due to the Coriolis effect from Earth's rotation. If the winds organize tightly around a central low pressure, a typhoon is born. The warmer the oceans, the stronger these storms can get, which is why super typhoons are becoming more common in recent years. The most recent example, Typhoon Ragasa, September 2025, reached Category 5 strength with winds up to 270 kilometers per hour, 168 miles per hour, and a pressure of 905 HPA. It forced millions to evacuate across Asia and caused devastating floods in Taiwan and China. On the island of Luzon in the Philippines, Taal volcano has roared back to life. In late October 2025, a series of sudden blasts sent towering plumes of ash and steam more than 2 kilometers into the sky. The explosions came from vents inside the crater lake, turning the water to boiling clouds and covering nearby towns in gray dust. This small but dangerous volcano sits inside a massive flooded caldera, a lake within a volcano within a lake, created by ancient eruptions thousands of years ago. Beneath the surface, magma and groundwater constantly mix under pressure. When that heat flashes water into steam, it triggers a violent phreatic explosion with almost no warning. Scientists from PHIVOX are tracking hundreds of tiny quakes beneath the crater, and satellite images show rising heat across the lake. Located just 60 kilometers south of Manila, it's close enough for ash to darken the capital. October 2025, trekkers near Mount Everest Base Camp filmed a wall of snow roaring straight towards them. A mega avalanche, born high on the Pumori slopes, tore through the Khumbu Valley in seconds. But how does something like this even happen? Avalanches start when layers of snow build up at different temperatures. Heavy new snow sits on weaker old layers. When the slope gives way, the top layer collapses, and gravity does the rest, turning snow into a raging river of ice, rock, and air moving faster than a car on the highway. This one was triggered by unstable glacial ice after heavy storms. The blast buried tents, scattered climbers, but miraculously caused no deaths. Experts say warming temperatures are making the Himalayan glaciers more fragile, meaning avalanches like this could soon become far more common. Everest still rules the sky, but the mountain is changing. Hurricane Melissa smashed into Jamaica on October 28, 2025, with 185 miles per hour winds, the strongest storm in the island's history. Coastal towns like Port Maria and Anato Bay vanished underwater within hours. Over 90% of Jamaica lost power, leaving millions in total darkness. Wind gusts tore century-old palm trees straight out of the ground. Some landed a mile inland. The Jamaican Defense Force launched its largest rescue mission ever, using drones to find survivors on rooftops. Satellite data shows 60% of homes in northern parishes were damaged or destroyed. Some regions saw 25 inches of rain in just 24 hours, flooding that reshaped entire valleys. Locals call it the storm that tested Jamaica's soul. Officials have confirmed at least 8 deaths so far, with rescue teams still searching for the missing. High above the island of Negros stands Kanloon Volcano, the most active volcano in the central Philippines. It rises 2,435 meters and can be seen from miles away. In the past year, Kanloon erupted 3 major times, in June 2024, December 2024, and May 2025. Each eruption sent ash clouds soaring up to 8 kilometers high, covering nearby towns in gray dust and forcing thousands to evacuate. Scientists from FIVOX keep watch over the volcano day and night because it lies on a major fault line in the Pacific Ring of Fire. Recent satellite images show rising heat around the crater, a sign that Kanloon may awaken again soon. This mountain is alive, breathing fire beneath the heart of the Philippines. Lake Natron looks beautiful from above, but it's deadly up close. The lake's water is rich in alkaline salts, powerful enough to preserve animals like stone. When birds or bats fall into the lake, minerals coat their bodies, leaving them eerily lifelike, as if frozen in time. The crimson color comes from salt-loving microorganisms that thrive in the extreme chemistry, where almost nothing else can live. It's one of Earth's strangest natural wonders, a place where nature creates statues out of life itself. In California's racetrack playa, giant stones glide silently across the desert, leaving long tracks behind them. For decades, no one had ever seen them move. Some blamed wind, others thought it was magnetism or even aliens. Then, in 2014, scientists finally caught them in motion, using time-lapse cameras. Turns out the desert sometimes freezes overnight, forming thin sheets of ice under the rocks. When the morning sun melts the ice, light winds push the stones slowly across the slick surface. They can drift for hours, moving only a few inches at a time, proving one of nature's strangest mysteries was real all along.